Food waste is a problem in America and several other developed countries. In America, 72 billion pounds of food go to waste each year, not including waste from homes. Feeding America distributes 2.8 billion pounds of food each year. $218 billion worth of food is thrown away each year. 21% of fresh water is used to produce food that is then discarded. Latino communities are facing hunger at staggering rates. Nearly 1 in 4 Latino children are at risk of hunger compared to 12% of white non-Hispanic children. The rate is the same for African American children. "63% of households with older adults, 50 and over, that Feeding America serves often must choose between groceries or medical care. The rate of hunger among seniors aged 60 and over has increased 45% since 2001. 84% of households Feeding America serves report buying the cheapest food instead of healthy food in order to provide enough to eat for their families. 21% of children in households at risk of hunger may be forced to rely exclusively on charitable organizations like Feeding America to make ends meet. The Chattanooga Area Food Bank works with 20 counties. They receive donations from Walmart, Food City, Sam's Club, Publix, Aldi's, Costco, Kroger, Target, and Fresh Market. Some local stores do not donate their surplus food, and they will not answer why. According to American philosopher and historian Noam Chomsky, poverty rates in the U.S. are higher than in poorer countries, only slightly above Mexico. Life expectancy is declining in the U.S. for less educated white males, which Chomsky believes to be a consequence of neoliberal policies. People of lower socioeconomic statuses in the U.S. don't vote simply because no candidates represent them, while people of the same economic status in European countries vote for social democrats. Benjamin Page, who studied political science at Princeton, says the economic elites have substantial impacts on U.S. policy, while average citizens have little or no independent influence. Before Ronald Reagan was president, 70% of American people believed we should have national health care, while only 60% believe we should now. Polls also show that more people believe the wealthy should be taxed heavier, but the wealthy now pay less a percentage of taxes than the poor, which is against the people's will. America has the highest per capita, but it is because Americans put in 20% more work hours a week than people in European countries. Dumpster diving is not federally illegal in the United States, but is illegal in some cities. Do not pass a no trespassing sign, because that gives you grounds for getting arrested. When going dumpster diving, there are certain advantages to going certain days of the week or at certain times. If you go during the day on a Sunday, then it is likely that there will not be workers there to tell you need to leave. And you will also have daylight, which makes it easier to see items in the dumpster. According to Slovenian philosopher Slavoj Žižek in his book Violence, people who believe they can do good in the world through their business are mistaken. Take Bill Gates, for example. He gives his money to education and battles against hunger and malaria, but there is a catch. He must first take in order to give. Žižek states that businessmen destroy or buy out competitors, aim at virtual monopoly, and employ all the tricks of the trade in order to achieve his goals. Charity is then used to mass economic exploitation, whether that is the intent of the businessman or not. It allows capitalism to postpone its crisis. The system needs charity to sustain itself and redistribute wealth.